Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
The curfew was rescinded exactly a week ago, and good riddance to it. But Yanky, why was there a curfew put in place in Quebec in the first place? I mean, can the Wuhan virus actually tell the time?
I'm convinced it can, and sometimes it says it's 8 p.m. and sometimes it's 9:30, and it keeps on changing back and forth. I'm pretty convinced that it could, in fact, see the time. And when you change the time zones, the daylight savings time, it knew that as well. I think it's a very smart virus. As a matter of fact, the curfew in part is back starting tonight in downtown Montreal at the Old Port. There will be a curfew from, I believe it's midnight to 6 a.m. There's a curfew at the Old Port of Montreal.
Now, what is the ostensible policy reason for that, Yankee? I know sometimes in the Old Port area of Montreal, you have young people celebrating. The last time it was for the Montreal Canadiens, no surprise there, defeating the Leafs. But in a sense, I can't blame young people for wanting to get out in beautiful weather, burn off some steam, because they can't go to clubs, they can't go to restaurants unless it's a patio. So, but what's the problem that the authorities have with this?
Well, me and Mocha were out last weekend when it happened, when all the young people were out there celebrating, having fun. There were a lot of fireworks that went off. There was a stabbing and a shooting as well. And I guess the Montreal police or the city of Montreal, I'm not sure exactly who is implementing it, had enough and just are implementing a curfew starting tonight at midnight. And there's no end date for it, but it will be every day till 6 a.m. So there's still a curfew going on.
Wow.
You know, young people having fun. It's probably the only places in Montreal where there's a big, not the only, but it's one of the places where there's a lot of space for people to be out and have fun and, you know, have your social distancing. And that being shut down, instead of, you know, handling the crime, they're just shutting everything down, putting a blanket on everything.
Yankee, I want to thank you on behalf of everybody here and our viewers. You are doing incredible work going out night after night documenting this, because the mainstream media, they sat this one out, didn't they, my friend?
Yeah, I was actually surprised how nobody else was out. And when I say nobody, it's nobody. There was no other media outlet out there at night filming. They were only reporting what the police report said. Yeah. I don't care what the police report says. Every Monday, the Montreal police tweets how many COVID infractions there were, how many tickets were given, and how many phone calls, snitches they got. And it's like, I could report on that. That is not interesting. I want to show you what's actually going on, the real stories. Half of these tickets that were given to people that had the papers you were supposed to have, and they were still the people still got it because the cops decided not to take the curfew exemption notes, not to accept them. So a lot of these tickets, and that's why we're fighting these tickets to fight the fines, because these tickets are outrageous and ridiculous.
Hey folks, that was an excerpt from my show, Rebel Roundup. Now, to get the full meal deal, why not go to Rebel News Plus, sign up, and never miss a Rebel News Plus show in the future.